Good morning. I am Thomas Buchanan. I am on a water fast, and more importantly, this morning I am now live. I have never done this before live. Generally, all of my videos have been taped. Uh, this has been truly a learning experience, but my goal was to do this live, and I still have some technical issues to work out, a little bit of tweaks here and there, but son of a gun, I am live. It would appear I am transmitting correctly, and I'm also recording this because I've had some buffering issues and some other issues, and I actually want to go back and listen to this and watch this and see if those issues have been resolved. On to the more important business at hand. My goal weight is 198. I would love to touch 188, and if I stop experimenting around, I will more than likely hit 198 by April, or early mid part of May is my projected target. As you all know that watch me, I keep track, and I ask you all to keep track of your daily weight. I ask you to weigh in at the same time. Time does matter. I ask you to weigh in using the same clothes, because if you're a woman, a dress might weigh more or less than a pantsuit or whatever. If you're a guy, us guys have it easy. All we have is a shirt and a pair of pants. I actually weigh myself first thing in the morning when I get out of bed. Have a target weight, have a goal weight that you want to reach, and consider doing what 70 plus other people have taken up the challenge and are doing. Consider starting your own water fast. It works, it's cheap, it's not easy. You don't need a gym membership, and you could sit on the couch all day and do nothing but watch TV, and you could still lose weight. As I have said before, I have a bad leg. I had it crushed by a machine when I was 10 years old, and I can't get out and jog. I can't run. I can't really play basketball. I can't I can't go to a gym and work out. You don't need to on this water fast. So the long and the short of the water fast is this. The first 7 days, you're allowed no food, no liquids, no water, no nothing. Period. Now, you may say, you'll starve, you'll damage your organs, you could die. No, I'm here, living testament, to let you know that we're all going to die, but the likelihood is no. Those are scare tactics uh, portrayed by the ignorant who really don't know what they're talking about. Uh, and I just want to stop right here and say to you, good morning. Yes, I did get it. I want to stop right here and say to you, I'm not selling you a book. I don't have little prepackaged meals for you to buy. I'm not selling you a CD. I'm not selling you special supplements. I'm not selling you anything. I want you to join me every day, and hopefully going forward I'll try and make it live unless I run into some more technical difficulties. This has been like going to the dentist and getting the teeth pulled. A whole lot of shouting and shaking took place, but I got it. But I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want you to tune in every day so you can watch me fail, so you can watch me succeed. Now today I was surprised. I've got to admit to you, I was surprised because I woke up today weighing exactly the same weight that I weighed yesterday morning, and that's fine. You know, I expect a small plateau here or there, but I was really looking forward to losing a quarter pound, a half pound more today, but it didn't happen, so that's fine. You know, what doesn't occur today will happen tomorrow. Someone asked me how many pounds realistically on my water fast can you expect to lose in a week? I have always said you can gain weight and it's unhealthy too fast, and you can lose weight and it's unhealthy too fast if you lose large amounts of weight. I think you and I should shoot for between 2 and 3 pounds a week in weight loss, 6 pounds. And I mean, those weeks are great, but don't expect those every day. So after you survive Hell Week, the first week, you are allowed 3 8 to 12 ounce glasses of water a day, and that's it. Too much water is just as bad as too much food. And I know that goes against everything you've been taught and I've been taught, because you know our bodies are made up of water and we've got to drink a lot of water, and I haven't found that to be the case. Um, what type of water do you drink? You know, folks, I don't care how good it is or how bad it is, and it's probably a lot worse than I want to know. No, I don't drink distilled water. I just drink good old-fashioned tap water that comes out of the city's water supply. Uh, it's not fortified water. It's not got added vitamins. It's not distilled. It's not, because keep in mind, when I started this at 315 pounds, I didn't know anything. All I know is, you know, the Jenny Craig and the NutriSystem and the Ideal Protein and all these things cost a lot of money. And they work as long as you're on them, but once you go off them, you gain the weight right back. And I had to find something that I could do that didn't require exercise, didn't require thousands of dollars of food, prepackaged foods, didn't require a $49.95 a month gym membership. Uh, you know, congratulations to those of you rich enough to want to throw your money away on those things. I wanted to develop something for just the average Joe that, one, you could afford, two, you could do, and more importantly, three, that did not require exercise. And that's what I did. Well, that's a good question. And the question is, by the way, how much weight have I lost on my current water fast, and how much longer am I going to be on this? I'm looking here at my sheet. So I weighed in today at 228.4. So on my current water fast, I started this water fast at 245. So you do the math. 245 minus 28. You know, I've lost 13, 14, 15 pounds so far on this water fast. How long am I going to do it? Well, I'm toying with the idea of at some point ending this current water fast around 210, maybe 215, going a week back to consuming food, and then starting my final water fast around 210, 215 down to 188 or 198. The other way I'm leaning is to just stay on this until I hit the 188, definitely the 198 marker. And as you can see, I feel fine. You know, I often get asked about the dry throat and the raspy voice. If you find you get that a lot and you need to do something to overcome that, take a tablespoon of water and drink it down, then swish it around your throat. And that will help that issue. I get that occasionally. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, you know, there are some days I wake up and I feel like I've got a frog in my throat, and that's fine. But there are some of you that are constantly on the phone during the day that you know, you have to sound good, and so you know, consider taking a glass of water to your desk and taking a small sip, or taking a tablespoon amount and sip on that and swish it around, and that will you know, that will resolve that issue. And another question I'm getting is, did I feel like I was going to faint ever? Oh gosh, yes. Oh yeah. I mean, um, I especially the first week. I had that sensation at least twice, and probably I've had it 3 times. So, and as someone that took prescribed medications from my doctors and actually did pass out because of all the drugs I was on, uh, I, on day one, eliminated all drugs, you know, the high blood pressure. Oh, you got to take your thyroid. You've got to take your insulin shots, yada, 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 yada. I eliminated all of that on day one. Now, I've got to tell you, 2 or 3 times the first week, I thought I was going to pass out. And my attitude about that is, so be it. Let me pass out, and at some point I'll wake up. And if I don't, you know, that's fine too. I mean, but I never passed out. Okay. During those periods, especially your first week, when you feel that sensation that you feel weak or you're going to pass out, just sit in a chair and relax for 10, 15 minutes, and you'll be fine. So I generally, well, I don't have all of my records in front of me at the moment, but you know, I know of people who start a water fast and they stay on it till they meet their goal. I know other people who start their water fast, they end it at some point, go back to eating for a few days or a week, and then start another water fast and drop on down. You can do it any way you want to do it. I would challenge all of you to, when you water fast, do it for at least a minimum of 4 weeks. Okay, do it for 4 weeks. Um, that's going to prove to you, because you don't need to prove to me, I know it works. That's going to prove to you that it actually does work, that you do actually lose weight when you are fasting. And, you know, I speak from personal experience on most of this stuff, but I can tell you that when I first looked into fasting, I said to myself, I could never fast. I mean, I couldn't fast. I couldn't go an hour without eating. Food is my comfort. Food is what I turn to when I'm stressed. Food is what I turn to when I'm excited and happy. And it's sad, but it's true. And I just I don't know. It's it's personal preference. When I started at 315, I prayed to God that I would see 299. I thought the world would stop spinning and it would be exceptional if I could just hit 299. Well, I fumbled around a couple of times. I tweaked what I'm telling you to do a couple of times. But I not only dropped from 315 to 299, but actually into the low 290s my first water fast. Now, you may say, well, that's only 15 pounds or 20 pounds or 25 pounds. Look, you don't understand. When you're fat, and obviously I think you are fat if you're listening to me, skinny people don't generally watch these channels. But more importantly, if you're obese, as I was, to lose 15 pounds or a measly 10 pounds or 20 pounds, I mean, that was a godsend. That was great. I mean, you know, and not to have to work for it. I mean, not to have to spend money to lose the weight, not to have to spend money to go buy a gym membership, not to have to do anything but don't eat. And then, I had to figure out the way to trick the body and put it into ketosis. And I had to figure out, well, wow, that happens from day 4 to day 6 for most of us. And that's when you actually start burning fat for fuel instead of consuming food for fuel. So, and I still have some theories that I want to check out, because one of the comments I keep getting is, well, you've got to drink water, your kidneys will shut down, you'll cause all kinds of harm to your body. I have a theory, and I'll try this on myself. I don't want you all doing this. Okay, I think a 4-week water fast for you all to get the feel for fasting is good. It will not harm you, but one of the things that you'll see me try on this channel that I'm thinking about working on is I believe that once I go on the maintenance, and I'm going to try this on the maintenance part, is I want to eliminate water and only consume certain quantities and types of foods. I believe there's enough liquid in the foods that you really don't need to consume a large quantity of water. I'm always amazed, let me share with you, I'm always amazed to watch my wife eat. Not what she eats or how she eats. But there's one thing that I've noticed for many, many years about my wife. She does not drink when she eats. She doesn't drink water or coffee or tea or soda, or she just doesn't consume liquids when she drinks. That's always caught my attention, and I plan on exploring that on the final phase here when we all go into maintenance and we maintain the weight. And you'll watch me gain weight. You could watch me lose a few more pounds. Who knows? But I have a suspicion that all of these naysayers who are out there saying, "Oh, you've got to drink water. You've got to drink water." Uh, I just wonder, and I'm talking out loud here, if there's not enough water in food to compensate uh, and give it to the body. So, but I'm very pleased to be at 228.4. I hit a plateau today. I neither gained a pound or lost a pound. So back to my story, I dropped into the low 90s. I ended my first water fast. I began a new water fast just to see if I could drop into the 80s. Well, I went from the low 90s to the low 80s and actually touched the high 70s and ended that water fast. And I'm like, wow, this really works. This is good. I mean, I can afford this. I can do this. I can, I don't need to exercise. I mean, where has this been all my life? Why hasn't anyone told me about this? And so I hit the 270s and I said, well, if I can hit the high 270s, maybe, just maybe, I could hit 250. So I started a new water fast, and my goal was like 255 or something. Well, the next water fast, I dropped from 270s to oh my, it was like 258. Now you may say, well, that's only 10, 15, 20 pounds. That's not much. Again, when you're fat, you're obese, and you lose 20 pounds or 25 pounds, that's meaningful. I mean, what can I say? And then I definitely wanted to touch the 240s. So I went from 250 on a new water fast down to into the 240s and ended that. And I'm like, wow, this is great. And at that time, I had no personal goal. I mean, I've said many times I will touch 198, and I'd like to hit 188. Well, I didn't have that goal until I broke through the 250s and 240s, and then I'm like, well, I should probably determine how thin I want to be. I mean, I don't want to be anorexic, or I don't go in the bathroom and throw up. I don't want to turn being an obese situation into another severe situation. So I looked at my body fat. I looked at how tall I was. I looked at what the average recommended weight was for me, and I came up with 198. Again, I really want to hit 188 if my body will allow me. So in the 240s, I started my current water fast. Now you may say, well, you started at 240. You've been at this now for, I don't know, 10 weeks, no, 12 weeks, and you've only lost 15 or 20 pounds. If you are thinking that you're missing the point here, down is down. Congratulate yourself on losing whatever you've lost so far. Don't look at your scale and say, this is week 2 and I've only lost 8 pounds. You need to look at the scale and say, this is week 2, I lost 8 pounds. I lost 11 pounds. You know, this is week 3, I lost 9 pounds. That's the way you need to look at it. You know, and I've said before, and I'll say it again. My mom and dad were not smokers; they were chain smokers. Okay, they would eat cigarettes for food. How many packs a day? A pack a day is nothing. Are you kidding me? Come on, guys. A pack a day of 3 packs, 5 packs a day. My mom and dad, I swear on a stack of Bibles, my mom and dad could go through 3-4 cartons of cigarettes a day. Okay, so I mean, and you know, my mom smoked till the very day she died. My dad was called into the doctor's office, and the doctor set my father down and he said, Mr. Buchanan, he said, either you're going to stop smoking or prepare your will, you're going to die. And I said to my dad, you know, do you think you can? And he said, he just looked at me and smiled and said, the day my doctor told me that, he said, that's the day I walked out of the doctor's office and I've never picked up a cigarette again. Now, he lived for an additional probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 years. I would have to go check. But he extended his life by not smoking. But I tell you that because I lived with a family of smokers. I know what it's like to be addicted to cigarettes. I can't walk in your shoes, but I've seen my parents struggle with the nicotine addiction, and it's not easy. And let me tell you, and I've said this to you before, and I'll say it again because I can't say it enough. I truly respect and I admire you people who are stopping smoking and also going on a water fast and losing weight at the same time. You have courage that I'm not sure I have. You definitely are you're just fantastic people. You know, I think you've woken up and you've said to yourself, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And until you get to that point, you can't, you know, anything you do isn't really going to work. It's not going to be long term. But when you wake up one day and you say, you know, I've had my final cigarette, I may slip, we'll see. But I think I've had my final cigarette. And for you to go, I mean, I know what it was a struggle, what kind of struggle it was like for my mom and dad to go 2 hours without a cigarette in your hand. For you to go 5 days, people may poo-pah you and say, well, you've given up cigarettes for 5 days or 7 days or 8 days. Whoopee. People have no idea the struggle that you go through on a minute by minute, hour by hour basis. They have no idea. So I take my hat off to you. You're courageous. You're tenacious. And you'll do it. You'll do it. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. The largest person that has ever tuned into this program was over 500 pounds. He was the size of a small baby piano. He literally had to have assistance getting out of bed and going to an easy chair. And he is now doing a water fast. I don't know the status of him, but he absolutely promised me that he would do it. So I'm sure he's meeting with success. But it's not easy. It's not easy. I had a woman contact me and say, I'm starting my water fast today for mental health reasons. I applaud that. I applaud that. You know, the one single thing that all of us need to do, we need to take ownership of our lives. We need to find out what's important to us. We need to set some goals, and we need to work on those goals. And if your goal is losing weight, don't have a dream of losing weight. Dreams rarely ever come true. Dreams without action are just that, dreams. But if you take action, even if you don't like what I do on my water fast, go find something that works for you. But get the weight off, get the fat off, because you're killing your body. Can you imagine? I mean, I was 315 pounds. Can you imagine the fat compressed around my heart, around my lungs, around my liver? My belly would hang over my belt. To look at me was gross. Find something that works for you. But I challenge you to tune into my channel. Again, I'm going to try to go live now on a consistent basis. It'll probably be at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I was a little late this morning because the technical difficulties in putting together a channel like this with absolutely no help at all have been almost surmountable. It's akin to I need to lose weight. I know I need to lose weight. I'm not a doctor. I have no idea what I'm doing. You'll figure it out. But it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of dedication. And you're worth it, folks. You're worth it. Okay? And you're doubly worth it if you're trying to stop smoking and lose weight at the same time. Believe in yourself. Believe you can do it. You don't need to prove to me that you can do it. Prove to yourself by starting your own water fast that this works. I am nothing special. Well, I shouldn't say that. Look, uh, thank you for the kind words. I am nothing, I am no more valuable of a human being than you are. And I don't care if you're short or tall or black or white or thin or fat. You're a valuable person. You need to understand that. And so am I. Uh, why, why, why nutrition is really not taught in the schools, I don't know. I shake my head. You know, I meet kids today that can't balance a checkbook. I meet kids today that have no concept of money. I meet kids today, and the majority of the kids I see are obese. That's sad. Okay? You and I both know it's pretty brutal back in junior high and high school when you're fat and obese. You don't go on many dates. You don't get asked to many functions, and you sort of get overlooked and ignored. And it's the same guys and girls in real life. I don't care whether you are 16 years old or 56 years old. If you're obese, you're treated differently. And you know, you don't have to be fat. And that's the reason for this channel. 335 pounds, you've got a ways to go. You've got a ways to go. But you know, I say in the same breath, you're 335 pounds? Hey, I was 315. I mean, I could add another 20 pounds to me and know what you feel like. And to think I may have started a little less than you. I may have started at 315 and got fed up. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you when you drop from 335 to 299. I want to hear from you when you touch that magic number of 299. Now, I'm sure there are those on this channel and on other channels that are going to poo-pah that and say, 299? So he's going to lose 36 pounds? Woo! That's, as someone that's gone from 315 to 299 and lower, I know how hard it is. I know how frustrating it is. But I can stand here before you and smile and say, I did that. I went from 315 to 299 and much lower. And I know what that feels like. I want to see you go from 335 to 299. And if I could figure out how to do this, I would love to add a picture. Let's see, let me get I would love to add another live image of you right here to my right and move me over and us have a conversation about weight and have live on the air. So that may be something I'll look into. But you'll do it. You'll do it. I believe in you. You've already taken the first step. You've performed action. You know, you've started the water fast. At that point, just don't cheat, okay? And as I told a lady a couple of days ago, she's like, well, I screwed up, I cheated. I ate food on the 7th day. I said, don't worry about it. Restart your water fast today, the day you screwed up. Don't wait till Monday. Don't wait till the beginning of next month. Restart today. If you screw up, recognize that you screwed up, that you ate food that you weren't supposed to eat, and try again. I mean, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. I would encourage all of you to get all of the bad food out of your house, apartment, condo, wherever you might live. Get rid of the cookies, the cakes, the donuts, the cheesecake, the fill in the blank candy bars. Pour the soda down the drain, but that way you won't be tempted. I like this overall. I'm still having a few technical issues that I need to deal with and work out, but this feels comfortable to me. I like the interaction that you all have on the channel with each other. I started this channel to encourage you and to share with you the knowledge that I've gained on how to lose weight without charge. And let me just stop here and say, I don't have a Patreon page. I'm not looking to take your money. I had a gentleman recently contact me, and he smiled and he said, I donated some money to your Patreon page. And I said, well, sir, you didn't donate it to me. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, sir, I hate to break this to you, but I don't have a Patreon page. And he gasped. I don't have a Patreon page, folks. I don't want your money. So, if you're ever contacted by someone using my name or they send you a link, please don't click on it. We get all kinds of scammers on these channels, and these are people that are paid to make posts and all of this. I try to block as many as I can, but just be cautious. Be cautious. If someone is selling you a supplement, a weight loss supplement, if someone is trying to sell you, refer you to their doctor, if someone is trying to whatever, red flags should go up. Someone just said, I'm eating one meal a day, and my comment is, well, that's not water fasting, but in a way that is fasting. If you limit the quantity and the types of food that you are consuming, that's fasting. Okay. I chose water fasting to lose weight. It's worked for me. I swear by it, and I challenge each and every one of you, and have for many, many weeks now, to start your own just 4 weeks of water fast. Begin your 4 weeks of water fasting. And, if eating one time a day works for you, if you're losing weight, give yourself a pat on the back. Congratulate yourself, because you figured out something that works for you, that you're comfortable doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. My mission on this channel is to get you to lose weight. I don't care how you do it. But not only do I want you to lose weight, I want you to work with me in keeping your weight off. And if you discover something that I don't know, I may seem intelligent to you, and I happen to believe I have average intelligence, maybe a little above. If you find something that you know that works for you, share it with the audience. Again, I'd love to have your picture pop up here somewhere and talk to you live, some of you folks. Uh, and, you know, the more I say that, the more excited I get about doing that. So I don't know if the software will handle it or not. But even if you can't pop up in a window and we all have a discussion, uh, text each other on this channel, communicate with each other, interact with each other, share your ideas with each other. Just understand that some of those people that are making those comments may be paid by some company, or they may have some ulterior motive. And again, I'll do my best to block those people out. But uh, share information that you may have. Uh, be an encouragement to each other. Build each other up. Don't poo-paw each other and say, well, you've gone 12 weeks and you've only lost 20 pounds. Why bother? Uh, you know, I guess it all boils down to do you view the glass as half full or half empty? Uh, I want to see the gentleman on this channel drop from 335 to 299. I want him to express how that feels to actually see and drop into the 200s. 299. I challenge you. You make sure you get back on this channel and you let us know when that happens. Well, I've already said, you know, I can't jog. I can't really walk that well. Definitely can't go work out in an exercise room. And I've already decided that my birthday is in April. I'm going to do something that I have not done probably in 50 years. I am going to go buy myself a bicycle for my birthday and actually go start riding a bicycle occasionally. I miss that. I enjoyed that. It's a good form of exercise in my mind. I mean, I can remember growing up in Ohio. I had a bicycle. I actually had a Schwinn bicycle. I would get on and I would ride it with friends to Mill Hollow Park was the name of the park. Now, what's significant about that is the distance that it was. It was 26 miles away. But I would get on my bike with my friends and we would ride to Mill Hollow Park, have a ball, and then ride home. Now, the times were different 40, 50 years ago. So I don't know how safe it would be today, but I do plan on buying a bike. I'm excited to have that as a goal, and I want to congratulate Fa for your comment, because when you do a fasting program, or if you start a water fast, the very first thing I always tell you to do is clean out your pantry. Get rid of the cookies and the cakes and the donuts and the pies and the potato chips. Get rid of all of that. And they made the comment, if it's in your pantry, it's in your mouth. That's so true. I mean, let's just talk. Let me talk to you directly, personally. You and I are adults, okay? One of the things that I've learned is we have no willpower. Okay, and these food manufacturers know that. What are the 3 ingredients? Anybody know what are the 3 ingredients that is in almost every food you eat? Drum roll, please. The 3 ingredients are these: sugar, fat, and what's the third one? You're right. Sugar, fat, and salt. I don't care if you go to McDonald's. The amount of people don't know this, and I'm not picking on McDonald's because I'm sure Burger King does it and Wendy's does it. The amount of sugar in the bun that you eat at a fast food place is ridiculous. And then the beef patty you're eating has all kinds of fat compressed into it. And of course, they round that out by putting a lot of salt on it to make it tasty. I mean, you could in theory probably take a pile of dog poo, and if you put enough fat, sugar, and salt in it, it would taste fine. So, what time is it? Oh, it's 12:45. I've talked way longer than I wanted to, but this was a good first program. This was live. I accomplished my goal. This was live. We all had fun. We all learned a lot. Continue to build each other up. I have yet to see any of your comments that you wrote me, because I'm not going to have access to that until tomorrow morning, and I'll try and catch up with all of the messages you've sent me. But this has been fun. This has been this. I like this. I like this a lot. We're going to have fun on this channel, but we're going to lose weight. 2022 is the year that this individual is going to drop from 235 to 299. I'm sorry, from 335 to 299. I want to see that happen. And the same with all the rest of you. 2022 is going to be the year that you stop smoking and lose weight, which is nearly impossible. I didn't say it was impossible. I said nearly, because you're going to be the one that does it. And for some of you, I expect to see some of you start your own YouTube channels. You know, YouTube is all about me sharing what I've learned on a particular topic to help you. Now, I know a lot of people try and take your money and all that, and I've already said I'm not here to do that. But, you know, you have different knowledge on different topics than I do. Consider doing this. I mean, this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of work. It's a lot of challenge. It's very challenging, but it's very rewarding at the same time. And I appreciate your comments. There are a lot of great people out there. There are a lot of overweight people out there, me included, and we're all going to work on this together. So I always like to end my show with the saying, I try to: strong is what happens when you run out of weak. Strong is what happens when you run out of weak. And stay healthy, stay happy. This has been a good first program. I've enjoyed it. I'm sure you have too. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.